In this video, we'll show you how to replace the variable valve timing solenoids on your Chevy Colorado. This is located on the front of the engine. Let's get started. Looking underneath the engine cover towards the front of the engine, we have a hose clamp. We can use a flathead screwdriver or an 8mm. Go ahead and loosen that up. On the passenger side of the engine bay, we have another hose clamp holding our engine cover to the air intake box. Loosen that up. Go ahead and free that up from the intake box. Looking towards the back side of the engine on the driver's side, we can pull up on this hose, and that's going to come with the engine cover. We can remove the oil cap. We have a T30 Torx bit right in the front of the engine cover. And we can pick up on the engine cover. We can set this off to the side. Reinstall the oil cap. Looking at the passenger side, on the front of the motor, we find this bracket here. We have a 10mm on the far side. We'll go ahead and remove that. On the other side of the bracket, we have an 18mm. We can set that bracket down and off to the side. Here we find one of our solenoids. You can press in on the tab of the electrical connector. Push up on the electrical connector as you press in on the tab. Always check your terminals for any damage or corrosion. We have a 10mm bolt. We can remove that. You can use a flathead screwdriver to pry that out. You want to be very cautious though not to damage anything. And we can remove the solenoid. I'm going to use a rag, wipe up some of the oil. You may get some drips out. You can use a little bit of fresh motor oil right down here. And start to get the solenoid in. Get the bolt in place. Snug that down. We'll get the electrical connector plugged in. Gonna make sure that that fully seats and locks in. We'll get the bracket back in place. It's good to get both of the bolts started in before tightening either of them down. We'll get those tightened up. On the underside of our engine cover is part of our air intake system. We need to line up this grommet with the throttle body and this grommet with our air intake box. As you line up the engine cover, we need to line up the boots with each other. Reinstall the oil cap and get the screw into the front portion of the cover. We'll snug that down. We can get the hose on the back side into place. Make sure it's in the clip as well as seated all the way down into the rubber hose. Tighten down each of your hose clamps for the intakes. Start up the vehicle and make sure you don't have a check engine light. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.